This is Rebel Therapist, a podcast for entrepreneurs who are trained as therapists and who want to level up their businesses, make a bigger impact, feel fulfilled, and be very well paid. I'm your host, Annie Schusler. Hi there. Thanks for coming back. Before I dive in and tell you what I think about selling with confidence, I want to invite you to something. Every year, I lead folks through a year-end review and planning visioning process, and it's called Plan Your Spectacular 2023. You're going to be led to create a powerful and flexible plan for the next year in your business. And this is exactly the process I use every year in my own business. It's not about creating a plan that is going to then require you to hustle or suffer throughout the year, or to set unrealistic goals. It's about making space for what matters most to you and making a flexible plan to move in that direction. It's about looking at what has happened in your business in 2022, celebrating yourself and forgiving yourself for what didn't go so well. And I'm also going to take a few minutes to talk about Create Your Program, which is my 8-week process to help therapists create their signature programs. For some of you, that will fit into your plans. It's on Friday, December 16th at 9 a.m. Pacific. It's free. I would love to have you there. If you sign up, you're going to get a recording. So sign up by heading to rebeltherapist.me/plan, and let's review our 2022 and plan our 2023 together. So make sure you grab your spot. I'm really excited to do this with you. All right, let's get into this episode. So I thought for a long time that this episode was going to be titled A Little Dose of Healthy Narcissism. One of my brilliant past clients pointed out that a little dose of healthy narcissism seems to be helpful in growing a program beyond private practice and stepping into the world of marketing. And the idea was you've got to step into a tiny bit of narcissism to have the courage to grow your audience and sell your offer. And we weren't talking about narcissism like Elon Musk perhaps is dealing with or Donald Trump is dealing with. We're not talking about a diagnosis either. We're talking about really a little bit of bold confidence. And then I mentioned that concept to a coach I was working with at the time, and she said, hey, that is a great podcast episode. So for a long time, I had this title of a podcast that I was supposed to create, a podcast episode I was supposed to create, A Little Dose of Healthy Narcissism. And then I just kept putting it off. I kept putting off the recording. And then I realized that isn't really the place that I focus or where my clients focus or my friends or colleagues who are making great money with simple businesses. All of these people are not really focusing on building a little dose of healthy narcissism. And even that coach who told me that would be a great episode, I don't think that's what she relies on either. So a little side note here. If you do have a little dose of healthy narcissism going for you, wonderful. I am excited for you, especially if you're queer, if you're a person of color, if you're a woman, if you're from a marginalized identity. Your confidence, your bold confidence is a beautiful and a radical thing, and I freaking love it. I just don't believe that you've got to cultivate bold confidence before you can make your business fly. And waiting to feel confident or focusing on building your confidence before you launch your business is not necessary. It's absolutely not what I've done. And I know for those of us raised as girls, confidence can be extra tricky. We've been taught forever not to be too confident. And sometimes we're shown what confidence looks like and it doesn't even fit who we are. So confidence is a really complicated topic for us. So if it isn't about stepping into a little dose of healthy narcissism, then what does help you get confident in selling your offer? What I have discovered for me, for my clients, for my friends and colleagues, it's about falling in love with and geeking out on your work, and specifically falling in love with your signature offer. Now, I've had the best year ever in my business. Again, I had the best year last year, and now this year has been even better. And it's not because I've cracked the code on being super confident. My confidence really goes up and down throughout the day and throughout the seasons. Depending on hormones, depending on what's going on with my kids, maybe even depending on whether something is reminding me of high school when I didn't sit in the lunchroom because I was afraid of not having anyone to sit with, and I hid in the library. My confidence, it goes up and down, but I have confidence in my signature offer. My offer is really great at helping therapists create and sell their programs, and I'm getting more and more known for it. And I'm totally in love with my own offer. That's why I am having the best year ever. I created it for people I was listening carefully to and who I really care about. I based it on what I do best, and then I've improved it with every iteration. And the program also has amazing guest teachers who do things I can't do. I've really put my best work into CYP, Create Your Program. And it's an amazing process, and there's nothing else like it for therapists in private practice who want to create and sell their offers beyond private practice. So every time I go and I talk about my offer as a podcast guest or here on Rebel Therapist, or I run an open house about it, or I go to update my sales page, I feel this feeling of, dang, this is an amazing offer. And having a signature offer that you build and nurture and put your best work into is the foundation of confidence in selling that offer. And sometimes maybe that confidence looks like a little bit of narcissism. Like maybe you even had a reaction just now of, okay, that's a healthy dose of narcissism. But in my case, and in a lot of cases, I think it's not. I know some folks who look like they're uber confident humans, and they look like they've got a little dose of healthy narcissism, but knowing them behind the scenes, their confidence really soars in selling their offer because their offer is working really well and they're getting known for it. And that can really bring a feeling up of, wow, that's a confident person. I want what she's having. So this might bring up a question for you if you don't already have your offer up and running. What if my offer is new? So you're probably going to feel not quite as confident selling any offer the first time as you're going to feel when you sell it the third time. You're just going to feel way more confident in future iterations. And part of what makes your pilot offer incredibly valuable is that you're delivering it in a highly interactive way. You're putting your experience and your gifts and your personality into it. And you're tuning in and responding to feedback, not just before you create the offer, but as you're running the pilot. So a couple of my close friends just launched new offers, and they both faced self-doubt in getting ready to sell those offers. But as they worked to boost their confidence in that selling process, it was all about focusing on the offer itself. It was about reminding themselves about the value of what they had created. It was about reminding themselves about how much love and thought and skill and experience they had put into creating these offers. And that's how they psyched themselves up. And right now, as I'm recording this in mid-November, folks in the current cohort of Create Your Program, they've just created their pilot programs. They've niched really carefully. They've crafted these high quality, high touch programs filled with all this love and experience and their unique perspectives. And they've each really created the programs that only they could create. And some of them are totally freaking nervous. And that's okay. As they go on to the next step, which is to create a plan to grow their audiences and sell these offers, they're going to lean into how much they love their offers and how much value they've put into them. They've already sold their offers to themselves, so now they're going to be able to sell them in total honesty and integrity. So, how do you grow your confidence in selling? Focus on who you're creating your offer for and making that offer highly valuable. And make that a positive obsession. And I say positive obsession to borrow that phrase from Octavia E. Butler. We're not talking about an alarming kind of obsession. We're talking about a positive obsession. When you fall in love with your own offer and you sell your offer to yourself, you can then share that love and find that bold confidence even on a really bad day. Okay, and before I go, I would love to see you at my year-end review and planning session on Friday, December 16th at 9 a.m. Pacific, and you absolutely get a recording if you sign up. So go to rebeltherapist.me/plan to sign up for it. I want to thank Cosmo Palms for editing this episode and every episode, and I so appreciate you listening. If you found this supportive, I would so appreciate it if you share this episode with 1 or 2 therapists or healers who you think could use it. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.